Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the DFS Minute. I'm your host, Michael Rathburn, a.k.a. Rath. Find me on Twitter at FantasyWrath. Welcome to rotocurve.com for August 6, 2015. And boy, do we have a ton of news today. We're going to have several DFS Minutes coming in today, tomorrow, etc. Lots of industry news, but the number one industry topic that came out yesterday was the joint promotion between DraftKings and ESPN, giving away $1 million to basically somebody who's running a season-long league and the rest of the people in that league. If you're running a league manager, which is basically like a create-your-own type league, and those are the most engaged. ESPN has tons of free leagues, so they're not gonna that are like default settings and things like that. So they're not giving the money away to those people. They're giving away to people who actually are creating like home leagues, office leagues, industry leagues, things like that. And the deal is that they're going to give away $1 million to 12 people, is my understanding. It may or may not. I know there's some logistical things about it, but from my understanding, it's $1 million to 12 people, divvied up, 100K, or whatever it works out to be, to people who are in league manager leagues. So like for example, my office league is a league manager league because we go in there, we change the roster, we change some of the settings in the rules for the scoring and things like that. So they're trying to get the engaged season-long player on ESPN, which is brilliant. Now it's $1 million. Now basically you have to have an entry into the Millionaire Maker Week 1 to qualify. So that's one of the other things. So basically from this perspective, and I talked about it on Twitter, is if you factor in what's called a CPA, which is cost per acquisition at $50, which is what they were giving away on their site, they got to get 20,000 depositors for this to work. I think they probably looked at the numbers as far as the number of people in ESPN private public league, the league manager leagues, and felt like, based on conversion rates in the industry, getting access to those people, etc., I think without a doubt they're going to get the 20K that they need at a $50 CPA to make this make sense. So they're going to get their money back as far as a marketing spend pretty easily, I think, in my opinion. It wouldn't shock me if they got 50,000 depositors out of this. It's that powerful of a promotion, and if they do, that's gonna be a needle mover, because the best time to get people to play is week 1, and then the second best time to get people to play is usually around that week 10, week 8, week 9, when you start having marketing campaigns. You say, hey, are all you guys injured? Your guys busted out. You can't make trades. Your season's over. Well, come on in and play daily, weekly NFL, college fantasy football, etc. So you see some big spikes early on in the season. It dips a little bit. It goes back up around the early part of November, and then it really cruises through the end of the year. So that's kind of the cycle of what we see for football. But again, DraftKings, ESPN, season-long promotion, giving away $1 million to a bunch of guys in season-long leagues. Awesome promotion. And basically the way you win it is you got to have the highest score and qualify all those different things. So just being a league manager, being that Millionaire Maker, the person with the highest score. So what that also does, encourages guys to throw in more than one entry, which is good as well. So we're moving one step closer to making sure this contest fills. I did go on record saying that I do feel like it's going to fill, and it wouldn't shock me if they put up another small Millionaire Maker around week 1, because I think that we've seen it before in PGA where these things, everybody says they're not going to fill and they fill. So I think that DraftKings is done the math and figures that they know this thing is going to fill. So that's the DraftKings ESPN take for this morning for the DFS Minute. Hit us back later on. We're going to catch up on a lot of other industry news revolving around DraftKings, FanDuel, and SiriusXM. Take care.